Hi, it's Ronke Posh, and welcome to my channel. I was talking to you today about setting up a school in Nigeria or a business in Nigeria, so you can get your tips. It doesn't matter if it's a school or not. So a lot of people have asked me how I set up a school. Why did I set up a school? It's a very common question, especially on my Instagram and on my Facebook. They want to know how I started the school, why I started the school, what has worked for me. And sometimes I share it depending on the platforms that I've been invited to. But here I want to share my journey now that I have a YouTube channel that is functional. I had the channel for quite a while, but now, thanks to the coronavirus, but no thanks for taking the lives of people. Yeah, so here I am talking about setting up a school in Nigeria. I'll be talking about it in form of a story, my experience. So I'm not going to say, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. That's not the approach, because that's going to be boring. You can read that online. Well, another thing is that you might not find information online. So when I came to Lagos and wanted to start up the school, one of the most difficult things was getting information. The internet wasn't even as dynamic in terms of content for the Nigerian. There's more information available, but it's still not that much. People say, oh, why don't you just do a training course and just tell us how you started a school? But it's just not something that I fancy that much. So here you are getting it free of charge. But you'd have to watch a couple of videos because it's such a long story. And you can ask me questions in the comment section as well. Hit the subscribe button and then the bell. Boom, boom, boom. That's more important, because that way you get to know when I release the next video. Leave a comment. Let me know what your questions are, so I can answer the questions as well. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you for that. When I came into Lagos, I hadn't lived in Lagos. Time to set up a school. I actually wanted just a daycare, which is what we call a creche in Nigeria. Just a daycare. That's what I wanted. That was how little I was thinking. Life is in stages. So we are in little stages. So I just assumed, okay, based on the experience that I had and training that I had, I would just have a daycare. People can drop their children and I'll take care of them, and then they'll go home. I came to Nigeria August 2011. So that's when I came to Nigeria. I'm going to have to tell you the story of the armed robbery. Yes, we had armed robbers come and take everything away from my home and then to the school, and they took everything away. I have to tell you that story. So remind me to create that video, because it's part of the story. Because if you don't know your why to set up a school, then you will leave and abandon it. Because at that point in time, when everything was taken away from us, we could just, go, let's go back to the UK, because we have our passport, we have a home, we still have things functioning. It would have just been perfect. But because we knew our why, when we're sure that God wanted us to be here, we just continued. So, I will actually tell you the story of the armed robbery, because it's actually very important. Because when you want to start the school of yours, it's very important that you get all the information and all the facts. The why is very, very important. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you don't know your why once again, you will quit. So we opened the school 7th of February 2012. 1st of April 2012, we were in bed, my husband and I. My daughter was in her room, we were all sleeping. Suddenly, the door opened, and simultaneously we both got up, sat up in our beds, and we had lights in our eyes. We couldn't see. We clearly knew that we had company. Who were they? Armed robbers. And lie on the floor, and I'm like, okay, it's like magic. I really wasn't even scared, because I probably was in another space. I was thinking, when it wasn't shock either, it wasn't actually shock. We lay on the floor, and at some point, and in no particular order, because I don't even know how it happened, my husband tried to raise an alarm. He was badly beaten. And I still need to tell you the story about my husband, how he was in hospital. He was hospitalized, and he was out of service for like a year to 18 months because he was hemorrhaging in his head from this thing that happened. But we'll get there. Just remind me, no problem. These armed robbers were there in our room, and apparently they had even been around for a while. They had drinks, they smoked, they ate, they turned every single thing upside down, took everything away. And we actually had policemen next door to our house. Nothing happened. Took me from the house to the school, cleared everything out. They were there till about 6 o'clock in the morning when it was getting bright. Once they left, the policemen from around the corner started shooting, boom, 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 boom. But at this point, everything was gone. They cleared everything out. I was tied up at some point. They were just looking for, and I had this peace of God. I'm a Christian, and I had this peace of God. I wasn't scared, and I asked them, said, if you untie me, I can tell you where everything is. I just want to just leave us alone. And I'm like, okay, fine. I got up, and I was untied. I got up and I just showed them. He has all these customized shirts and stuff like that. Everything was taken away. His wedding ring was pulled off his finger and taken away. But guess what? My wedding ring wasn't taken away. On their way out, for some strange reason, it dropped. Miraculously, they didn't get it because they went through my jewelry box and they were asking, "Na good? This one na good? This one na good? This one not good?" They didn't take anything plastic or anything that didn't have value. They just wanted high value stuff. All our phones, I can remember then we used to use the BlackBerry phone. We didn't open this, we just carried on. I had to fire everybody because I was paranoid. I was like, it might be this person, it might be that person. Eventually, one day, we still opened the school. Believe it or not, we didn't tell anybody anything that happened. So you must know your why when you want to set up a school, because you're going to go through the tough times. You're going to have challenging parents. You're going to have problems here and there. And it's not to say it's a curse. It's just life. Life is, there's so many things that happen in life that make life life. It can't just be smooth sailing. So right now is the coronavirus, the COVID-19. Some schools have already pulled down their banners, pulled down their signboards, and they've packed it in because parents are not paying, they have loans, so many things are happening. So are you going to continue fighting and fighting and fighting at this time, or are you just going to call it a day and go and sell gala? On my Instagram, I started sharing tips of what educators and anybody really can do at this time to get some additional money. Don't give up on the profession. The country needs us, especially in Nigeria. Your nation needs you if you're not in Nigeria, but your country really needs you if you're in Nigeria. So consider joining the education sector if you're not. And if you already are, please don't give up, because we need committed people. I know it's really, really tough right now, but we just have to keep going for the Nigerian child. For the sake of posterity, we need to continue. Eventually, we found who the person was. This was what caused me to start the Helps at Home initiative, which is another story. Led to parent rights. So many things happened. So just follow the series that I'll be sharing. So I had to get rid of everybody because I was paranoid. I got some of my friends to help. I said, sure, everybody just try to, just get by. There weren't too many children at that time. Like I said, we opened in February. I didn't know anyone in Lagos. And then by 1st of April, which was pretty much about 6 weeks, we were already robbed. So don't just open the school because you've been laid up from a bank, or you have some excess money, or are married to a Lagos big boy or a Nigerian big boy and you have some money. You'll be frustrated along the way. It's not about the money. There's a lot of work that needs to happen as a school owner. So if you go and teach, that's what is recommended. I pray that we get there one day. You would have to deal with people from all walks of life. You would have to deal with teachers. So I have another video, which maybe I should just pop it right here, about someone that I tried to hire. And that video, and she was like, when I told her to spell, she was like, she couldn't spell. And she was, okay, let me just drop the video. So just watch the video.
Time to tell you of an incident that left me stunned. For whom the bell tolls, the decadence of education in Nigeria. So I interviewed a teacher, nice CV, very good looking and all. It got to the part where she was to use the interactive board. She had no clue. That one is common and can be taught. We showed her how to use the board and the stylus to write. Teach us. So that's micro teaching. She wrote Tuesday as THURESDAY or something like that. Okay, human error. Check your spelling. No luck. This is what Innocent Usa taught us. He called it unconsciously incompetent. Okay, there were many spelling challenges, so we tried to do a spelling test. It was bad. No, it was baddest. Bear in mind she had a 2-1. First, she put her hand on her head, like I'm going to do now. And if I'm lying, as we say, let thunder come right now. She started shaking and telling us, I'm tense, I'm just tense, I'm tense. She repeated. Since there is fire on my head, we tried to calm her down and asked her to write on paper. Long story short, she had 12 over 60. Words my 4-year-old kids, that year 4, will have for breakfast. Why do I tell this story? I want you to wake up from your slumber if you're sleeping. Nigeria is in a desperately scary state when it comes to educating her youth. The lady in question has a degree. Wake up, because good teachers are now like gold dust. Wake up, because if your child's foundation is messed up, you may remain sorry for ages. Wake up. English is still our language of communication in Nigeria. Until we choose pidgin or broken English, let us #speak and write well, so our kids can do well and collaborate internationally. It will help them read, learn, research, explore, grow, and so on. Wake up if you are one of those that does not check your kids' homework or communication logs or on or offline because you are busy. Wake up because this type of person may be your child's teacher. Wake up if you want to birth another child. Make sure you find options for that child as soon as possible. Wake up, because gone are the days when you just have kids because it's the next thing to do. because you want a particular gender or number of kids. Wake up. There is fire on the mountain. Don't say I haven't been warning you.
Now that you've watched the video, you get what I mean. So let's just leave it here for now. The video is not too long, and then we'll continue the story about being an educator or a business person in Nigeria. I don't like to be called a school owner. I just like to be called Ronke Posh. An edupreneur, someone that makes her money from the educational system in Nigeria, and I'm happy that way as opposed to school owner. I don't like school owner because we all own the school. The children own the school. The parents own the school. Without them, there's no school. Even the teachers, you know, teachers, students, parents, they're all stakeholders, they're all customers. So we own the school. I don't like that school owner word. So stay tuned, subscribe, ring the bell. What else? Drop a comment and tell me I look good. Tell me the school looks beautiful. Tell me what you want me to talk about. Okay? And don't forget to check my videos. Check out my other videos. And don't forget to share. To subscribe is free. Okay? So I can share with the world. Okay? This is helping you. It's either entertaining you or getting, and that's value. It's either giving you tips, and that's value. So why do you want to keep it to yourself? Share with the world. Okay? See you later. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for listening to my channel. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you. God bless you. I love you.